Okay, this is turning into a joke. Okay, we got the firewall cleaned up, got the frame rails cleaned up, and then honestly, I flipped the transmission over, and these are the 2 bolt holes that I thought the bolts were broken off. They were just filled with dirt. So I just took my pick, cleaned them out, put some new bolts in, no big deal. Gonna bolt the transmission. We're gonna bolt the transmission back to the engine, and we should be able to put it back in and probably tack. No, we should be able to get it back in, and then we got to cut the frame plates. I'll mark those exactly where they are, because I don't want to cut too much off of them, right? So I'm going to mark exactly where those are. Then we'll take those out. We'll hurry and cut those. That should just take like 5 minutes, and then we'll tack everything in, and then maybe we might have the engine just sitting in tonight. I didn't think we were going to. Also, this is day 2 of this little project. I didn't think we were going to, but we might. So let's get after it. Got that all put back together. I'm gonna crawl underneath. It's really hard to see underneath there, but I'm basically just gonna put this cross member back on, bolt the cross member back up to where it goes, so that the transmission and the cross member are all in place, because that's what I want. I want the drive lines to be all in the same place, transmission to be in the same place, so that when I put this all back together, the shifter comes out, and I know it's kind of cut up already, kind of janky, but it actually fits pretty good. So I want that all to go back together. So I'm going to do that right now. Probably not on camera. I'll get you guys back when we do the engine. So, whoa. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find the center of these and mark them and put a line. And then find the center of this side, because I think this is going to be the top of the frame rail. And this is going to sit somewhere about right here. Obviously it's going to be a little canted like that, I think, because the frame, but I'm going to try and line them up in the center. So I'm going to mark the center in here and then put a center line down here. Okay, we got the center lines all marked on all these. Let's go put them in. All right, I changed. We're on like day 3 of this now. I'm gonna make this just one video because I'm kind of just doing the whole thing right now. But I have bolted. This is not welded in. This isn't welded. These are just bolted up. But I think if you can kind of see, I think it's kind of close to the axle right here. So I think I want to move the engine over a little bit if I can. The motor mount allows some movement, but also the cross member, I think I showed you guys this already, but this is the shift housing, and obviously it's not going to fit in the same way as the previous one, but what I need to do is drop the transmission and stuff down and bolt the, I want to try and use the same drive lines, so I'm going to drop the transmission cross member, drop the transmission cross member, put the front and rear drive lines in where they're supposed to go, and then move the engine so that there's the correct like spacing on the drive lines. And then I'm going to look inside, make sure that the tower, the shifter fits in there, make sure the transfer case shifters fit in there, and then we're going to fit this more securely. So let's get going with that. Drive lines sort of bolted in, right? They're not tight, but it gives me about 2 inches of up travel here and back here. Oh, it's gonna be hard to see. About the same back here. And up here, I still have room to shift the shifters, and it looks like they're more likely in the correct hole. But I think that, I mean, that's working out pretty good. And I have it shifted over as much as I can with the adjustment that's in here. I'm still just a little worried about these two bolts coming in contact with that. I mean, maybe it won't come up that high, but I might want to shift it that way. It's already shifted that way an entire inch, but maybe another half an inch or so. All right, so no, I don't like starting out like that. So now I got the drive lines mounted, I got the cross member mounted. That rubber piece popped off somewhere, and I can't remember where it is. I don't think I'm going to use that mount anyways. But I got this mount is going to go as far this way as it possibly can, which then means I need to cut this mount off a little bit. And so the next little bit, I'm going to cut this off right here. And then I have these marked, so you can see that line right there. Right there is where I'm going to cut. That's the passenger, that's the driver. I'm going to cut right there, so that then I can tack these to the frame, and then hopefully get everything tacked in and set up and move the engine hoist, and kind of, I got to turn the wheels to make sure I have the bell crank on the axle because it's an MB, right? So I got to make sure that this drag link doesn't hit the mount. And I think now that I've moved the engine, I don't think it's going to hit right there. And then this is the brake pedal. It misses completely. I put a new brake pedal on too, so I did that a long time ago. So that's where we're at. I don't know how long this is going to take. Probably not going to video it because I'm just cutting some metal. If I had a plasma cutter, this would take like 2 seconds to do it. But I don't have a plasma cutter. If anybody wants to recommend a plasma cutter to me that's fairly cheap, that'll cut, this is probably 3/8 still, probably not quite a 1/4 inch. But something that'll cut that, maybe up to a 1/4 inch. Or send me one. But yeah, let's get to cutting. But we got, that's pretty cool. I just got it tacked in a couple of spots. I tacked it in 4 spots here because I kind of had to bend this down. And I don't know if you can actually see the bend a little bit, but it bends down right here. Is the other side still? Yeah. So I haven't welded the underside. I welded this, put a weld on this side, a weld on this side, and then I tacked in this also, just a couple of welds. And then that's sitting there, that's bolted in. Let's go around this way. Same thing with this. Tacked it in a couple spots because this had to bend also. Tacked this in a couple of spots. This is bolted in. So the engine is sitting on its own, sitting by its own weight. And now that we have the engine in, I mean, for the most part, right? Let's see if I marked this because that's the potential area for the tie rod or drag link to hit. So let's see. So, can you guys? So that just barely hits. So thank goodness we have to we got to take the engine out again one last time just so I can finish weld all the mounts. I'm going to hoist it up, take the oil pan off again. The oil pan's only being held on by like 4 bolts. Drop the oil pan, make sure everything's clean in there from when I drilled everything. So we're gonna pull this out, finish weld this. I'll show you my transmission mount that I ended up making. Again, it's kind of hard to show you underneath there, but I'll take it out and I'll show you. I just modified the original, so no big deal. And then we'll grind out the adapter plate a little bit. It's not gonna make a big deal. We're only grinding out about 1/8 of an inch of that aluminum. That thing's massive, so it's not gonna cause any problems. So let's get to it. Let's take this out. Hopefully this is the last time we take it out and put it back in. So let's get to it. All right, finally, that'll do it for this episode. So what we did was basically got the engine situated in here. We did our body modifications. I'm gonna probably clean this up a little bit, paint it again so it looks a little bit better. But that looks good. We got the body modifications done. Got the motor mounts in, tacked in. So now we gotta go through and weld it all. Got the transmission cross member situated so that I can use my stock drive lines here. That thing on the ground right there, I need to go pick it up. That's the clutch rod that I got to modify a little bit because the T90 sits a little bit different, so I had to modify that a little bit. I'll do that another day. But yeah, that's it for now. So thanks for watching. Keep following along for more Kubota swap stuff. And we are going to get back to the Scout. I have a trip planned this weekend actually, so not going to be working on the Kubota very much. I will be taking the Scout out on a road trip. So come along for the ride. Thanks for watching.